lesser problems.
Okay.
Such as the problems with drugs. That has become a very serious problem. I've got some musician friends that can't hardly find any at all. My advisors asked me to leave that one out. Crime, no problem. Legalize everything, then there'll be no crime. America first for America. And I want you to know where I stand on every issue. Capital punishment. I'm either in favor of it or I'm against it. America first for America. Gun control. If somebody shakes real bad, don't let them hold a gun. America first for America. And the job situation in this great country of ours. Let me explain this to you. There are approximately 200 million people in this great country of ours. Now, about 80 million are 65 years or older. You can't expect them to work. 80 million from 200 million, that leaves 120 million people to do all the work. Now, roughly 67 million are under 21 years old. I have 2 children. I know they won't work. They're in school or watching MTV. 67 million from 120 million. That leaves 53 million to do all the work. About 23 million are employed by the government. You can't expect them to work. They got more important things to do. Covering up what they're about to get caught for. 23 million for 53 million leaves 30 million people to do all the work. Now, about 10 million people are in the armed forces. They can't work. They spend all their time hiding from officers. 10 million from 30 million leaves 20 million people to do all the work. 19,800,000 figuring out new taxes to keep the rest of us broke. That leaves 200,000 people to do all the work. Now there's 126,000 people in hospitals lying flat on their back. They can't work. That leaves 74,000 people to do all the work. Now 62,000 people are just bums, songwriters and country singers. And Mr. Chairman, we know damn well they ain't gonna work, don't we? That leaves 12,000 people to do all the work, Mr. Chairman. Believe it or not, there's 11,988 people in jail, and that leaves just 2 people to do all the work, and that's you and me, Mr. Chairman, and I'm getting damn tired of doing it all. America first for America! You know, even the department stores are jumping on the political bandwagon these days. Well, just the other day I saw an ad for Braziers in 3 basic styles: Democrat, Republican, and Liberal. Well, I'm the curious type, and I called one of the sales girls and I said, ain't that peculiar names for Braziers? She said, no, not really. You see, the Democrats support the fallen and uplift the masses. The Republicans make mountains out of molehills. And with the Liberals, your cup runneth over. And now we add another, the U.S. Brazier, which stands for us, which means us against them. You know, I thought that would get a hell of a laugh. America first for America. I love it when the Democrats start calling the Republicans crooks, then the Republicans start calling the Democrats crooks, because you know the funny thing about it is, that's the only time they're both right. America first for America. And now, I feel it's only fair that I give you the opportunity to meet the man that I have chosen for my running mate. In this campaign, I have found a man that will seek this office of Vice President, a man that will serve at my side, and that I know, should anything happen to me, will carry on as I would. A man that knows how I feel, a man that feels the way I do, thinks the way I do, and act the way I do if it should become necessary. We ready? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may introduce you to my running mate. Better looking, you say? Well, if they could make you over, you'd be better looking too. People have asked me why we have waited so long to officially become part of this race. I felt it was unfair not to give those other two a head start. Besides, the longer they talk, the better I look. America first for Americans. You know, when you run for president, you have to meet some very important people to help secure their votes. Well, just the other day, I was in my campaign office, and I was informed that in the outer office was two very important people wanting to meet me. One of them was the Pope, the other was the President of the United Auto Workers. My secretary asked me who I wanted to see first. I said, send in the Pope. At least with him, all I've got to kiss is his ring. America first for Americans. Now, the one thing that I am lacking, as I am a bachelor, is a first lady. I have come up with a policy to handle that. We now have applications that I am forming a First Lady of the Month club. I figured, no, I won't say that. America first for Americans. And in closing, my friends, I feel that all the politicians in America should start paying more attention to the farmers. That's right, the farmers. Amen. The farmer knows that when a bull is brought in to mate with a cow, it's called serving the cow. So the next time you hear some politician saying he wants to serve you, the public, America first for America. Thank you. That Rose Maddox has been a friend of mine since I was about 13 years old, and I know how much this will mean to her, and she'll be very proud of the fact that y'all cared this much to come out and help support her. We have a lot of great entertainment here, and we're going to get that underway, and I'll introduce some of them to you. We'll have them perform, and you're going to have a good time. We'll move this podium, but I think that probably all of you would prefer to stay seated and watch the entertainment, because we have some great country music names. Some of the people that said they were going to be here have run into problems, as it always happens when you do benefits, and sometimes things have to change a little bit. But we have some great entertainment for you, some people that care a lot about Rose Maddox, some people that have just heard of her and never met her, but they came because they cared. And I appreciate very much you being here. So order yourselves a drink, spend a little money for John Hobbs. But let me tell you something. Mr. Hobbs, who owns this place, has paid for all of this. None of it comes out of the money that's raised. Let me also tell you, he did not know that until just now.